Who am I? My name is Mackenzie Johnson. I am a Concordia University of Wisconsin student. Right now, I am finishing my undergrad with a bachelor's in rehabilitative science and a goal to pursue my master's in occupational therapy. I was born and raised in North Dakota, and I currently work in an outpatient therapy clinic where I am an occupational therapist assistant. Why basketball? I chose basketball to present on today because of my passion. I have played basketball since I was second grade, whether it was travel ball, school ball, or even intramurals in college. I have a good understanding of the sport, and statistics is widely used within basketball, making it a great thing to explore. Statistics in basketball. Statistics is used to understand the points per game, blocks or blocks per game, steals or steals per game, assists or assists per game, minutes or minutes per game, and many others. What kind of statistics are used in basketball? So there are many different kinds of statistics that can be used. However, this is typically quantitative. Quantitative, as we know, is the numerically valued variable. Type of quantitative would typically be continuous as it forms at intervals such as the minutes played per game or even the rebounds per game. This type of statistic could use the sample or population to form table or graphs, which we will explore later in the presentation. The population could be the entire WNBA, NBA, or even a high school association, or the sample could be one team, a group of teams. Understanding statistics in basketball. So why do we want to understand? We want to understand statistics so we have a better understanding of the team's weaknesses and strengths and how the team or a player is doing. Again, it can be used for a single game, a season, or overall. One example that I wanted to include is if there were 50 missed shots during the game and a player got 10 rebounds of those shots, we would take 10 divided by 50, which would equal 0.2, and we would understand that that player would have gotten 20% of the rebounds. This is a very basic statistic that could be used within basketball to better understand how a player did. Box score. Box score is something that is typically provided to every statistician, which every team must have. That can include anywhere, again, from minutes played, which we will see right here, field goal attempt, which would be those 2 points, field goal percentage when we divide the field goals by the field goals attempt, 3 points and 3 points attempted, and so on. We can also go on to the offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Here it gives you Stephen Curry. We can see that he played a total of 39 minutes and 56 seconds. We could average this out amongst a team. See here the total number of minutes played, but many different ways that we could do this. We could understand the points per game of a team, the points per game of the entire NBA or the average, just to get a better understanding. Real life statistics. So we see in this slide that we are using Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a great basketball player, originally from the Iowa Hawkeyes, and now she plays in the WNBA. I was able to do this search from her as a Hawkeye and found that she played in a total number of 139 games with an average of 28.4 points per game. You can go along the side and see all the different percentages that were calculated using statistics. Single value in basketball is called effectiveness. Effectiveness is used to compare athletes amongst each other. You see in the second bullet point how effectiveness is formulated. An example down below that we will use. If a player scores 20 points, we see that 20 points is the first thing in the formula. Grabs 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block with 10 shot attempts. 6 of those are successful, as well as 6 free throws with 4 successful and 3 turnovers. We get 35 minus 9 for an effectiveness score of 26. This number can then be used to calculate players amongst each other. The final slide that we will look at is called Statistics in Use. I gathered data from Her Hoops, where I selected the WNBA single season stats from 2023 to 2024 to include wins and points per game. So 2 separate things of statistics. We can see over here that the Las Vegas Aces had the highest number of wins, 34, with the highest number of points per game. This is then translated onto the graph where we see they had 34 wins right here, followed by 92.8 points per game. Second, the New York Liberty had 32 wins and 89.2. It is important to see that that box score that we talked about earlier can be used and translated into a variety of graphs. And finally, we have the sources that were used throughout the presentation. I hope you guys were able to understand a little bit more about statistics and the ways that it can be used in basketball as well as other sports.